This is Eagle Out, and today I'll be talking about Joey Porter going at AJ Brown and the refs. Also, we're gonna talk about BG and Big Dom having a convo with Jalen Hurts, and why I believe it was a positive thing. Lastly, told you I couldn't forget about Nakobe Dean, but let's hop straight into it.
Tough, detailed, together. This is our identity. Tough, detailed, together. Tough, detailed, together. Tough, detailed, together. This game against the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be physical. This game's going to be physical, but we're the bully. We're the one that takes it to them.
Right, so before we get straight into it, I guess I gotta talk about this. I really didn't, but we gotta talk about it. I never thought when I started content creating, going on 5 years, including my old page. This page, a lot of people, didn't know I had an old page. So you guys like, you only been doing this for a year. Nah, Eagle Al been in this for some time. Been content creator, but I never thought I would be talking about a football player, not a model, a football player again. Pretty privileged. This is what ESPN come down to, man. You got dudes Dominique Foxworth couldn't criticize his game. That's what football is about, right? Criticizing the game, the X's and O's, and giving your opinion. Pretty privileged on the football field? Nah, big dog. Nah, big dog. I can't believe I'm hearing what I'm hearing. But I see this clip floating around of his wife. Yo, I sound like I'm on the shade room, but of his wife like lusting over Jalen Hurts. This is insane. I don't want to do this because if I talk about this, I'm gonna just be throwing ad hominem attacks and not talking about football. I don't know, man. It's weird to me. It comes off kind of flexible. I'm gonna use that word. It comes off a little not this. It's coming off like this. So uh, I don't I don't like it, man. I don't. You just talk about the game, man. He had a good game. You don't got to throw in, oh, he's getting pretty privileged. No, he had a good game. Pretty sure he had a bad game a game ago, the Panthers game. Nobody was talking about how handsome Jalen Hurts looked. We criticized the game. So when you have a good game, praise the game. That's all I'm saying, man. This is insane. This is insane. I never thought I would be reporting on something like this. Hell, I grew up basically in the Tom Brady era where he was the quote unquote model, but I never heard nobody say Tom Brady's getting pretty. Oh boy, let's just move on. Let's just move on. I did not sign up to be a shade room Hollywood report and all that. I ain't signed up for that. I signed up to talk about Eagles football, and this is what I'm talking about. So let's get into the topics. Let's talk about AJ Brown. AJ Brown, been dominating, been looking good when he gets opportunities. And Joey Porter Jr., he says some things I just don't agree with. He's saying like, yo, AJ Brown is getting away with pushing off, but it's AJ Brown and the refs, et cetera, et cetera. Actually, let me just pull up the official quote. So this is what Joey Porter said. He's talking to the media. He said, I mean, the refs let him push off. That's what it is on the tape. Brown is just one of those guys who they aren't going to call it on whatever he's saying, right? And ML football saying like the calling was abysmal. I think on both sides, Eagles didn't get calls that went their way. Steelers didn't really get calls that went their way, and that's fine. But to say AJ Brown was pushing off, I don't think so. He did like have his arms in the way, but he didn't push off. If he really pushed off, you'll be on the ground. What Joey Porter Jr. got to do, bro, get your weight up, little bro. You got to get your weight up. I'm sorry, just call it what it is. AJ Brown bullied you. He bullied you. Stop bitching. Stop complaining. Just get Get into the weight room, your profession. Hell, you face a guy like AJ Brown again, maybe you can match up. Or like a DK Metcalf. But stop complaining, bro. Stop complaining. AJ did you dirty. Y'all knew it was coming. AJ just bitched you around. I'm sorry. He did. Don't blame it on the refs. Y'all was playing physical. We was playing physical. Y'all physical, you guys? I don't know what to say. I'm sorry, Joe Reporter. AJ Brown is one of those ones. AJ Brown could have been a running back, tight end, and or wide receiver. He chose wide receivers to bully little guys like you. You're a little guy. I was almost gonna say the N word, but let me chill out. You're a little guy, bro. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It comes with the game. He dropped 100 on your head. It is what it is. It is what it is. And you're a PI machine. Stop it. You're a PI machine. Just stop complaining. Stop blaming this old AJ Brown, one of those ones. That's what. Nah, don't say that. AJ Brown is just he's just too good. He's too good. Don't blame the refs, bro. Just say AJ Brown kicked my ass. Just keep it moving, man. Don't blame the refs, bro. Don't blame the refs, man. That's all I got to say about that. But let's get into the next topic. Let's talk about this Bit Dom and BG and Jalen Hurts thing. So I seen this thing come out about Bit Dom, BG, and Jalen Hurts. And before I watched the video, I just read the comments to see what I was getting myself into. And they was like kind of negative, like, oh, this happened week 5. Why are we talking about this now? This and that, and the team connecting. But I'm going to play this clip for y'all. Let me know if you guys hear negativity in it.
The drama was way bigger outside the building than inside the building. The first team meeting after Brandon Graham said what he said, Jalen and AJ got up and they're like, man, we're good. Just so everybody here knows, we're fine. Dapped each other up like, we're good. Then Brandon got up and he apologized for being a distraction. You know, Brandon's a great dude, and he just spoke out of turn there. But I was told about it. He's like, dude, people there are like, it's gonna galvanize. It's just gonna make us, trust me, when this stuff happens, it turns us more into a right. We get to fight the world. And that's what they are, man. They're Eagles football is bully football. You know, the way they get after you on defense, but certainly that offensive line, man, they just beat you down and beat you down and beat you down. The thing that nobody knows, and this is a credit to Jalen, is in the bye week, Brandon Graham actually with Big Dom went to his house and said, hey man, we need you to kind of connect more with everybody here. Right? As a quarterback, you can kind of get lost in that. So much other stuff you got to do. And he went out of his way. He met with the offensive line, connected. He met with Sirianni like 3 times or several times. Connect with him. Connected with, like, he went out of his way with Graham, with everybody to connect with them more, saying, okay, I understand there's more to the quarterback position than me just sitting here with the game plan and, you know, making sure I could, you know, throw here and throw there. And they all credit him with doing a great job for it. And it's just not out there how good of a job he's done to connect with his teammates.
I actually thought it was positive that not only did we get the X's and O's right after week 4 and that week 5 bye, the team connected. It was good that Jalen Hurts reached out to the O-line and receivers and Nick Sirianni to see what's going on. I think those was positive things. And then it made me think back to that press conference when he was like, yo, this was the most productive bye week I ever had. And him and Nick Sirianni cooling things off, him and the O-line, you know, whatever was going on there, things looking good. We know what just happened last week with Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, just getting the pass game right, Kellen Moore. They did those things. So it lets me know, like, this team is really connected. It's really connected. It was cool that BG and Bit Dom could go to Jalen Hurts' house, like, yo, like, connect with the players. And that's exactly what he did. You got to salute that. Because when you go into last year, there was no connection. People didn't care. They just let the games go by. Another win by 1 point, and now we losing and losing and losing. Now we feel demoralized. But this year is totally different. That's why when everybody was panicking about, oh, AJ Brown, he did it again with speaking out to the media, this and that. I had, like, I'm telling you, I was one of the few content creators, few fans. I had no problem with it. I'm like, look, this team is totally different from 2023. I'm happy AJ Brown spoke about it. Now let's see what happened. And you see the results. The team got better. This made the team better. So if there's a problem, just discuss it and discuss it. It's okay. I know we get, history from 2023. This is not that year, y'all. We got leaders like Saquon in the locker room. Jalen Hurts being a better leader. AJ Brown can voice his opinion and everything will be fine. Devontae Smith voiced his opinion too. He just not catching as much heat for whatever reason. We all love Smitty, but Smitty was frustrated too. That's why them boys ate and the offense looked good. But again, it is good to hear, it was no disconnect because things could have went bad after the bye. It could have been like, oh, we 2-2. Here we go again. And we could have went on a down slope. It could have happened, but it didn't. This team is different. It's different. And let's get into the last topic, Nakobe Dean. I promised you guys I was going to talk about Nakobe Dean. I really wanted to talk about Lane Johnson, but I'm like, you know what? I said Nakobe Dean. And Nakobe Dean had an awesome day. 7 tackles, forced the fumble. He was phenomenal. And when you look at Najee Harris and number 30, I can't think of his name, that was on the Steelers. Nakobe Dean was causing them hell. That's why they couldn't get off. And that's why Nakobe Dean had such a high grade, because he didn't have a flashy sack or did the things like Nolan Smith did that really popped out like that. But he was an enforcer. This was one of the games he looked better than Zach Bond. And Zach Bond had a decent game, but Nakobe Dean was the one like, all right, Zach Bond just a tad bit off. Nakobe Dean stepped up. He stepped up, man, and played at a high level. As I said about Nolan Smith, I say the same thing about Nakobe Dean. When he have a good game, I got to be as loud with the praise as loud as I was with the criticism. He's playing at a high level. You can't deny it. You got to call it what it is. It took him some years. The injury, then rookie year. No, it was his rookie year. He was behind T.J. Edwards and Kaiser White, who had a really good year. He studied. He did his thing, what he was supposed to do during the camp. I was surprised he was starting. Remained the starter even when Devin White came back. And while people was calling him out in the beginning of the year, like, no, we need Devin White. Dean is struggling. Better and better and better and better each game. So shout out to Nakobe Dean. He got the spirit of an eagle. He definitely do. Being doubted, even in the town, even in the city, he did his thing, man. He did his thing, overcame that, and everybody loved Nakobe Dean. But that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about BG? The BG Jalen Hurts Big Dom thing. Also, AJ Brown, Joey Porter going at it, and Nakobe Dean, man. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.